It's collection time! Once every couple of years, I decide to take a little bit of a video of my collection, because there's always things changing, and it's been a while. The main reason why I'm not doing it so frequently is because there's a lot to cover, and also I need natural sunlight, because lighting all this stuff up over here, and just putting lights over there. But anyway, you know, enough of the rambling. You're really here to see everything that's going on from... We're gonna start off with this area, but I'm just gonna take you a real quick tour for everything. This is the living room. There's like a lot of also games, and like there's still figures in the box that I still haven't packed, packed out of it, whatever I was trying to say. And then also here, let me just switch this. We have all the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figures, and just kind of like in the hallway because I didn't have enough space to put it just like everywhere. But again, I'm gonna have like a bigger overlook of everything, and I hope you enjoy the real Payne collection video of the year 2025 going into 2026 whenever this goes up. Catch you later. Hi. Okay, short little disclaimer. This was the first time that I really recorded a lot with my phone in my hand and was walking around and moving around. As such, didn't pay attention that my hand was like moving over the microphone more than once during the review, so I apologize for the noises, but this is an hour-long video and I was not gonna re-record the entire collection again. So sorry once again, I apologize, but just consider it as my ASMR debut for those of you like that. But anyway, let's get into the video. That being said, I'm starting off at the computer. We have like a lovely hutch in my background, and I'm playing Umamusume, of course. What else? Up here, I have a bunch of mostly figures from like video games, like the Batman ones. This is like the Ryo Hayabusa, I think, was from Kotobukiya. We have the Power Morpher, good old Bandai, when Bandai was still making top Power Rangers content. And then we do have some TMNT from the Rise. What was the show called again? Mutant Mayhem. I thought the designs were kind of nice. Had some of the old, some of the new. And we have a Psycho Collectibles Scorpion, and this is from Mortal Kombat. I don't know which one. There's like two bookends where Sub-Zero gets owned once again. And then from Castlevania, Symphony of the Night, you have Alucard and Maria. Moving over, actually, we're going to have a look at this over in just a second. But here we have some Biker Mice from Mars, and here's also the start of like a lot of TMNT. Those are some of my old toys. Like this is all yellowing and looks like crap. It's been in the sun too much, but this is the original one I got as a kid, so it has sentimental value. I don't care if it looks like crap. Then we have the Technodrome and the smaller Technodrome. Also, a lot of the vehicles. Again, a lot of these I owned when I was a kid. I have the blimp, but I don't have the actual blimp on there because it takes up too much space. Excuse me. There's some more turtle cars for that nostalgia boost. I don't know if you... This even has like the French writing on it. Tortue Ninja. I'm not French, but you know, in the area where I live, which will continue to keep a mystery. You would get a lot of the French stuff. And it also says like the Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, because European and stuff. Then we have these beautiful window cases. And let me open this wheel up. Let me open this up real quick so you can actually have a look at what is going on. This is mostly Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. We have the Dark Magicians from like Revoltech and SH Figuarts. Still waiting for the SH Figuarts Yugi. My friend Summon Skull, one of my favorite cards of all time, the Dark Magician and Yugi in the back. Red Eyes plus Jinzo plus like some minifigures from like the GX era. Blue Eyes and Kaibas. There's one Kaiba and there's also one Kaiba hiding in the back. He's hiding in the back because he's not so great. The Figma one is really good, the Revoltech one, you know. But yeah, 2 Blue Eyes and 1 Blue Eyes alternative. Technically, I still need like a 3rd Blue Eyes to complete this. And then in the upper level, we have the tour guide. I recently reviewed most of these figures. I think, it's not been too long. Got the tour guide, got the heroes, and Utopia in the back. And then one of my favorite cards of all time, Dark Necrophile. That's actually the favorite card of all time. IP Masquerena and another Kaiba in the back. And this is the entire 5D shelf. You have the Stardust Dragon, Yusei in the front, and Junk Warrior in the back. And we have some fan service. These are like the, what was it called again? It doesn't say the name. One was Dragon Ball Gals or something. You have Chi-Chi and the Android, what's her face? I forgot the name of it, but yeah. In the margin form and in the regular form with the balloon ass titties. Really, really freaking over the top, man. It's a little bit crazy. I have some One Piece and Poison Ivy, Special Week, and Ikitosen character. You know, there's a couple of characters I probably won't remember the names, so you can ask me in the comments. Maybe I'll look it up and see what I can do for you. And we have what I like to call a little bit of the gala area. I have some high quality. I love this Nero Claudius with all the roses going on. And then we also got Mushu in the back. And Altria, Saber, whatever you want to call her. And the Fairy Tail character, which the name is slipping me again. Ezra Scarlet, something like that. And from Spy X Family, it's Yo, I think that was the name. Let me turn around real quick. So we're getting to the good stuff. This is probably what most of you are going to care about. And I don't want to let you wait. This is all the Figma and SH Figuarts stuff. Starting off with the SH Figuarts figures. We have the Dragon and Tao Bye Bye at the top. Have all the different Bulmas and Trunks figures from the Figuarts line. And there's also an Arale from Nendoroid, another Arale. We have a bunch of different Vegetas from the Super Saiyan 4, Super Saiyan 2, blah 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 blah. Well, there's actually no Super Saiyan 2. Technically no, unless like the Majin version, is that one to be considered Super Saiyan 2? I'm already running out of breath. So here we have a bunch of like the new Brolys, Metal Cooler, and Cooler again, Frieza as he was stitched back together, and then the different Frieza forms, and Daddy Cooler, Daddy King Cold actually. This is the old school Broly and the big Majin Buu and another Frieza. And then next up is what they call the Z Fighters. I hate that name, but there's a little bit of a mix of like Dragon Ball figures, like Jackie Chun, and Muten Roshi, a couple of different Krillins, Mr. Satan. Can I even say that? Demonetized. But yeah, a bunch of different Gokus, and the best character of all time with this face. Then we have a couple more Freezers. I love like the big one. A couple more Boos. And just hanging out with the Dragon Ball characters is the Yu Yu Hakusho squad. Because where else am I supposed to put them? We have Piccolos and Gohans, all the different forms, all the different variations, big ones, small ones. Then we got a couple of androids kind of hiding in the back. And Cell, first form and third form. Yes, you heard that right. Where's the second form? I don't know, Figuarts. I don't know. Also, like, redo the third form, the perfect Cell. That's long overdue for, like, a new figure. Now, let me move this up real quick. I have a bunch of different Gokus. As you can tell, every couple of months, SH Figuarts just releases a different Goku. So, which one is your favorite? But this has been my Goku collection from over the years. And then down here, we got a couple more Gokus. We got Turtles in the back, we got Raditz, we got Bardock, we got the Fusions, the best character in the show, Gotenks the Great. Love that guy. We got two Vegetos, one with blue hair, one with not blue hair. Also Gogeta in the back, I don't know if you've seen them. Another Gohan, a couple of Gohans, and a GT Goku. And also Baby Chi-Chi. This is like Dragon Ball Super characters. I don't really like them. What I don't really like is Goku Black, for example. That's why for my proudest display, I have Vegito kicking him in the face. And this guy, Zamasu, and a ghost just having fun. Then we got to the Figma stuff. Figma Fate. So I'm not gonna name all of them because the names are way too long. And a lot of it is slipping me right now. But this is Jolter. You see her in every video. That face. That iconic face, and there it is again. With Summer Jolter, or whatever, Casual Jolter, or I don't know. So this is all the Fate characters. We have the Uma collection, which is going to grow a little bit. Really wish Figma would do more, but yeah, there's the gold ship, the Major McQueen, the Saturno Diamond. I still don't remember what this character's called, but she's cute. I love the Gothic Lolita outfit. Then we got a bunch of fan servicey Boba fan servicey fights just hanging out together, and these original designs in the back. Got some more Fate and Guyver also in the front, but mostly Fate. This is, by the way, not Figma. This is Sentinel, I think I remember. Really cool figure, kind of heavy, kind of like really. I don't want to even touch like all the things that are going on with this guy. I'm afraid it's gonna break. But yeah, more Fate Racing, and this is from the Princess Connect Redive, I think. And also one of my favorite characters. This one I actually have. I have two of this, I think, but I only displayed one of them. And then also, let me open this up. We have the big ape also on the top. And another, this is like Xeno Goku, and a cool like wooden painting of Goku from Dragon Ball. And we're continuing the Fate lineup with Nero Claudius as the waifu, and also the dickhead in the back. Let me zoom in on him. Yeah, you know what you did. You know who you are. Damn it. Yeah. There's more Fate. There's just like all kinds of sabers. Different versions, different variations. Again, which one is your favorite saber? Also on the big motorcycle. I usually don't like to have like big display parts like this, but this motorcycle just looks freaking sick. Even though it takes up so much space. And I'm kind of running out of that. We got more Fate. We got Rin, which is like another character where I think is like long overdue. This figure is so old. And I would really love to get like a new Rin. Why didn't they do that when we got what was the show called again? The one with her and her dickhead of a brother. Where did I put that one? Oh yeah, he's in the back over there. In the back. I should spin around like the this character to throw the curry in his face, probably. But anyway, that's like, I think that's about it with all the Fate figures. But we do have, of course, more Figmas. One Punch Man, girl on the bike. Now here's gonna come a lot of characters that are gonna slip my mind because I just think they look cool. I really remember. Oh, Tosholincho. Was it Tosholincho one? That's one of the best figures actually, like articulation wise, look wise, it's amazing. This is more like little armory stuff. This was one like Blue Archive, if I remember correctly. I have Konosuba and also Kill La Kill in the back. Konosuba in the front. Got like the beach versions, the regular versions of, well, everything they released, and there's also a little bit of Sword Art Online in the back. And this character, which again, I don't remember the name, but it's a bit of an older thing, kind of niche, but really cool looking. And the Harui area, and the Ikitosen area, and the Nikopara. And then there's more characters here. I don't know who this is, I don't remember who this is, and I don't remember who this is. Again, anybody, if you're like, oh, I know this guy, please feel free to let everybody know in the comments. Let me know. Oh, you dumbass, you don't even remember your own figures. Yeah, I mean, like, do you see how many there are? I'm not trying to flex, but I can't possibly remember all this stuff. There's like the Hunter x Hunter figures, the Dragon Crest anime character. There's Ulala from like Spaceship, and then we got the My Hero Academia figures. This is like the reason why I didn't buy like the SH Figuarts ones and whatnot. I didn't really want to get another set of My Hero Academia figures, even though some of the Figuarts ones look really nice. Also, there's Cat from Gravity in the back. I think that game was called Gravity. Overwatch. I got all the Overwatch characters except for the Soldier. I completely missed that release. I don't know, that was like some kind of super duper exclusive. And a Silent Hill Nurse. Then we got Figma Garbage in the back. You know what you did. You know what you did. You know what you did. Fuck off. There's also Guts in the front and Fan Service Lady. The Goblin Slayer. And the different armors from like Dark Souls, Elden Ring, whatever it was. This is like the medieval. That was like the medieval area of the figures. We have some Evangelion. Blackrock Shooter. That was it. Then we have some Evangelion characters. This character is just like one of these early Figmas that I bought because of the big boba. I just really like the design. So 300. And then we got like Ghost in the Shell, like the new version, the old version. Old version's way better. Chica from that one show, and then that other camping show, the Lucky Star show. This is like a figuarts, which sucks because they made a hard plastic dress. And also there's like these, man, what were those called again? I love these Sylvanian family. Yeah, I love these little figures. If I had more space, I would actually collect those because it's so cute. Look at how cute he is. Look at how freaking cute he is. I love cute things. Then there's that one shooting game. Bad Apple is the song, and I forgot what the shooting game's called. But again, very old figmas with like very cool designs still. Tanya the Evil, Dark Magician Girl, and Yugi, which are just hanging out over here. I kept thinking about you moving them to the Yu-Gi-Oh area, but I don't know. It kind of fits in here. This is Ryza. This is like VTubers. Was it Kaguya Luna, or am I making stuff up? And of course, Kizuna Ai. And there's some more cool looking characters in the back who I completely forgot what they're all about. I love this kind of cat girl with the giant freaking axe. It looks so cool. Okay. And this is also another thing. Forgot what the brand was something a little bit more new. And I was giving it a shot, and the figure wasn't actually that bad. You can find actually everything you see over here. Most of these things, I think like the vast majority of everything that you can see here has been reviewed by me. So if you want to know more about any of these figures, feel free to go look on the channel. There you go. Then we have some Halo figures from McFarlane way back in the day. I kept those in the box. I usually don't like to keep things in the box, but these figures, they look amazing, but they don't really, articulation-wise, it's kind of problematic. Also, there's too much reflection going on. Well, we're not done yet with the Figma figures. Here's also a bunch of different Dragon Ball characters, mostly Gotenks, because he's amazing, and I love Gotenks. There's big Gotenks, there's like a smaller Gotenks. There's Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, there's a Boo. Oh my god, Gotenks all over the place. Okay, let me just move around here so I don't fall over my freaking coffee table. Let me actually sit down on my couch. We have some more Figma figures. This is all based on like the Neko designs and Sophia F. Shearing or whatever her name was, and Yetta bunny suit planning and the Neko series. And this was from like Genshin Impact. Was that Genshin Impact? Freaking remember. Again, she's cool. I have a bit of Hatsune because everybody has to have some Hatsune. Ugh, god damn it. Got some little bunny figures. And yeah, let me close this down again. And let me move the table out of the way. We're doing all this in one shot, by the way. If you didn't notice, I'm trying to get this over as fast as possible. Also, there's some more Fates. This is from Fate Apocryphia, I think was the name. As usual, you can correct me down in the comments. You know, I don't know everything. I'm just doing this on a limb. Don't have a script, don't have anything else going on, but yeah, we just got these characters over here, and then this is, I think, the final. No, actually, there's more Figma after that. But here's also like a mishmash of like different characters from like different designs, which I completely. The names are slipping. The names are completely slipping off a lot of these. Again, I buy figures because I think they look cool. There's obviously figures that I have some investment in, where I watch the show, or watch the anime, or watch the manga, or whatever. But some figures I just buy because I go like, hey, looks really cool, and I want to have this as a figure. So there you go. Then we have the Ginyu Force with Freezer in the middle. We have some Saint Seiya, Knights of the Zodiac, whatever you want to call them, a bunch of different ones. I actually have two of them. Like, as you can tell, it's not complete. I don't know if I'm going to keep this shelf, because like Saint Seiya is nice, but it's like something niche I just like watched a couple of times. And then we have the Penguin Queen. Here is another. This is a random mixed shelf of like different Bulma figures. This is the Little Mermaid. I bought this in Nendoroid for a very specific reason, because this was the first animated movie that your little Payne friends ever went to watch in the cinema. Yeah, that's true. So now we can go back and see how old I am when the Little Mermaid actually debuted in theaters. I was like 3 years old. There you go. In Europe, though. In Europe. Again, there's Asuka. In the regular... Well, this is actually not the regular outfit. This is like the more rebuildy, classic, not non-standard, the test outfit. That's the name I was looking for. Here, in this area, it's not very well lit. And it's one of like, kind of like the forgotten areas. I don't know. Unfortunately, we have some figures stored here. But anyway, because we don't have much more space. This is an Akuma Goken statue. I actually been trying to sell this one, but nobody wants to buy it. It's super duper limited, so and it's very nicely done. But again, I don't really have the room, and it's just like standing here in the dark corner. Then we have Goku from Figuarts Zero and Gotenks from Figuarts Zero. I love the Super Saiyan 3 type characters. They look cool. And we have a couple of again McFarlane did some like Halo-like statues way back in the day. Then we have, I think there was Soda collectibles. Those are also like limited statues of Blanca and Sagat. And this one was from the Street Fighter 4 special edition or 5. I don't remember which one. I like the review. And then we have a couple of Dante and Nero from Devil May Cry 4. Well, the Dante is from Devil May Cry 3, and Nero is obviously from Devil May Cry 4. And this NECA Dante is from Devil May Cry 2, which we don't really talk about, but I decided to buy the Dante figure, even though it is Devil May Cry 2. Let me crawl over to the next area, because God knows I don't want to edit this. Oh wait, I actually have lights on here. Let me light it up. Light it up, bro. If I can't find the freaking... Hey, do you think, like, look at this. Look at this freaking electrical mess over here. I apologize. I don't care. Master Chief and Cortana. And this is like a little troll, which was given to me from my grandma when she went on travels. And also there's the Goomba in the back. This is like a bunch of different... I also reviewed these way back. Shiny Dragon Ball figures. I don't know why they're all standing like that. Maybe with like the little subwoofer on the top. I think they're moving around. Or maybe they have a mind on their own. This is Halo Reach Special Edition. A bust of the Master Chief and some random ass Sailor Jupiter figures and Mars, because those are my two favorites from the show Sailor Moon. I have some more Psycho collectibles, Mortal Kombat figure, Melina and Kitana and Ibuki from Street Fighter, and Ayane from Dead or Alive. And this is like purple freaking... actually, they're not all purple. But this was just like a goodie bag, which you can get at like a local store, and I was just like, I want those dragons. They look freaking cool. And this is like... Tell me this isn't Mega Charizard X. Look at him, he's black, he had like the blue flames coming out of his mouth. This is Mega Charizard X. Also, there's some colorful pandas in the back. Yeah, again, I just like cute stuff, and when I see something like that at the store, I might just go ham sometimes, and I'm like, I want it! I want it! Right next to it, we have Gears of War, the big statue in the back, and then on the left and the right, you have the Stone Collectibles versions. Have the Battletoads figure, Spyro the Dragon, and Crash Bandicoot. And also on top, we have a bootleg Godzilla, which was another gift from my other grandma. So I keep those things just next to everything because it's near and dear to me, and I don't forget. You have the Bioshock Big Daddy and the Bioshock Big Birdie and the Bioshock Big Bay. No, she's a lovely lady, but this is like the NECA figure. Face is nice, but the eyes are kind of like going all over the place. Alright, yeah, there's a lot more to come where this was. Also, I have some Super Nintendos over here with the best game, Turtles in Time. I love it. Yeah, also there's, by the way, video games. I'm not gonna cover that because this video is long enough as it is. As such, I have two TVs with like more games, and this is where I play Yu-Gi-Oh! This is where my Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards are. This is where my Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks are. There's some more figures actually standing around waiting to be reviewed. By the time this video goes up, I might have already reviewed this one. Hopefully you're waiting for that. And I don't know about this one, if I want to review it, I don't know. So here's some more Uma characters. So, which corner do we do first? This side or this side? Actually, I want to go this side. Cause this is another big freaking area with a lot of fucking figures. I'm gonna start it off with Transformers. This is all masterpiece Transformers. On top, I'm not gonna name them all. If you know Transformers, you know who these guys are. There's Optimus Prime in like 2 different variants. You also got Megatron and yeah. I'm not even gonna bother. After that, we got the Beast Wars stuff with also like a Windblade figure, which was given to me by my buddy Kim. Always shoutouts to him if he's watching. Yeah, this is not a masterpiece figure, and this is also not a masterpiece figure. The Rhinox. I don't know. I never got that one. Too expensive. I kind of zoned out a little bit with the masterpiece stuff. Very expensive, but yeah, some of it looks really cool. But it's kind of all cobbled together, as you can tell, because it's. I kind of consider selling these, but I don't know. I kind of want to make more room, but then again, I'm really always attached to everything I collect. Like all these One Piece figures, especially these ones. Oh. I reviewed these, by the way. I think these 2 are also demonetized because, oh my god, anime titty video game, not even video game, anime titty plastic characters, that's too much. Then you got Sanji and the whole gang. And Carrot. Most of these are really freaking old, except for the Carrot one. This is like more recent-ish, but what line is this from again? I'm completely blanking on it. Holy crap! Does it say somewhere? Let's double check. We have like the oh, it's like Portrait of Pirates is the name of the line, and it is from China. Yeah, thank you very much. That was not what I was looking for, but yeah, Portrait of Pirates. You can Google that and you'll find this entire. There's like a million of these One Piece figures from Portraits of Pirates. Then we have a mix of Halo characters. There's the Prophets. There's like some more McFarlane, the smaller ones, and all the ones on this side are from playmates. You have a couple of different Master Chiefs, and like Halo Reach, the best Halo, and a little bit of Halo 4 or 5 or whichever it was. I didn't like those games, but the designs still kind of slap, if I'm being honest. Then we have some Pokemon characters. This is mostly SH figurts, but also there's some Nendoroids and there's some weird. There's a couple of minifigures that I just picked up from wherever. Also, there's Yu-Gi-Oh boxes with cards in it, which are used to duel. This is all SH figurts, Super Sentai, Power Rangers, whatever you want to call it, which has come to an end in Japan, which is kind of sad. Sticking with the theme of Power Rangers Super Sentai, here you have a bunch of different Zords and even some evil space aliens in the back, like Zord Zat. Look at this design. This design is freaking peak, dude. I don't know what they were thinking. That was for a kids show, by the way. Look at this veiny, freaking evil-looking mofo. Has moved down to the next shelf, which I actually cleaned up a little bit over here. Here we had a bunch of different Batman figures from like the McFarlane toys, but I put those in storage because I need room. Now, keeping it in style with the Power Ranger Zords, here's a couple more. If you know them. Like, you can tell, oh, why is there 2 of them? The big ones are usually the old school toys, and then the smaller ones, the more compact ones, are like the Legacy re-releases, which they've been so good. Like, what Bandai was doing with these Legacy Megazords was amazing. Like, the crap that Hasbro's putting out now makes me want to puke. Then, we have Evangelion figures from, like, mafex or Bandai? I don't remember. Like, the bigger ones are, like, from mafex and smaller ones are from Bandai. The mafex ones aren't really good also, by the way. Then we have some Gurren Lagann figures, we have Zone of the Enders figures, and we have like the cat robot from Samurai Pizza Cats, and there's like a Gundam girl, which I just thought was funny. Then we have the classic Gundam, that was like also a SH, well not SH figures, but it was Bandai, what's the robot lineup called again? Also there's like the Gurren Lagann in the back. Not the mama, dinosaurs from NECA. And then we have a bunch of kaijus, well, and this pig monster from Power Rangers, but we have King Kong, Godzilla just brushed his teeth, that's why he's so glowing in the mouth, Gamora, and a bunch of different Godzillas, like from different areas, like the really old ones. This like is my favorite, like the 90s one, like a little bit with the cat face, but he looks cool. Also some modern, and also there's Mr. Stay Puft, who's not a kaiju. Or is he? I don't know. You be the judge of that. Let me get up. Here we have mostly Marvel characters. Some of it is mafex, others is Amazing Yamaguchi. You can tell by like the crazy, insane paint jobs and articulations and whatnot. There's a Spider-Man, some Hulks in the back. This is, by the way, Figma Hulk, I remember. And then there's like an SH Figuarts Hulk. Also, Ryo Hayabusa's hanging out over here, and as we move over, it's happening. We get a lot more of like DC type characters. The Flash, Supergirl, this little Mickey Mouse, because Disney owns Marvel, right? Iron Man, just saying hi in the back, and some Thanos. And we got some Batman. Oh, the lighting's really crap over here. I apologize, but yeah. Different Batman, also from mafex, Amazing Yamaguchi movie, and in this corner, this is all mafex, mostly based, well, this is all based on like comic book styles, which, I don't know. I kind of want to buy more, but I don't like mafex. I don't think mafex is doing like... The figures look nice, but like most of the time something's wobbly and stuff, and I hate it. This is not a mixed shelf of... Here we have the recently reviewed Figma 2B and the figuarts 2B. And we have some Warhammer figures in the back. This Bandai, I don't know if it was under the figuarts label. That guy is like amazing, the green one. Speaking of green ones, there's the Doom Slayer and the Dead Space character. And keeping it in the theme of green, we have the Master Chief. And the entire Noble team in the back from the... recently also reviewed... You know, once they're in pose, they actually don't look that bad, but it was still an overpriced venture to get all these guys. As such, we move on to some fan service. We got some DC girls. Those are like Inko to Bokia, Zatanna. I mean, some of my favorites. There's also Supergirl in the back, but I can't lift the camera high enough. Wonder Woman, Zatanna. This one wasn't like from the Kotobukiya, but this is like my favorite Catwoman design. I love the big purple bodysuit with the big hooker boots. That's what it is. That's what it freaking is. Now, on to the next shelf. We have like one Transformer hanging out, Ultra Magnus, just chilling over here. Well, let's just leave him alone. We don't need to open that because there's nothing else in there for now. For now, we have a little bit more space. As we move on to this entire shelf is like mostly connected, dedicated, I want to say, to Storm Collectibles. We're starting off at the lower half. We have a bunch of SNK characters. We got some Tekken characters, and in the back you also got Spawn and Shao Kahn. These are like from like Farlane. And this Diamond Select, I think, Hulk, World War Hulk, Planet Hulk, something like that. As we move on to the Mortal Kombat characters, I think I almost got all of them. I do have some also recolor, some special editions with like the bloody versions because I couldn't get the regular versions, so I just got the bloody versions. But I did cover most of it. I didn't get Nightwolf, which is like a lot more recent, and I didn't get Liu Kang because he has like a big freaking dragon figure that I don't really care about. Oh, I'm getting a call. I need to be back in just a second. So much for all in one take. So I go outside, get a call, and have to step outside for half an hour. I come back, sun's gone, it's all cloudy now. So I had to get one of my lights, and hopefully that works out. So then we have a couple of different Figmas, and also there's like some D-Arts, which like Bandai did like D-Arts back in the day. It was kind of like SH Figuarts, but smaller. But everything else in here is Figma, Demon Slayer, Catwoman, Chainsaw Man, and other D-Arts from like Blast Blue, Calamity Trigger, or whatever it was called. So then we're moving on to the Street Fighter characters from Storm Collectibles. This is mostly Street Fighter 4. We got the old ones. This is like the first one, the old school Ryu. You can tell it had a lot more shading on it. He was a little bit smaller than the newer releases, but still. Quality stuff. I mean, I remember Storm Collectibles as it was yesterday when they debuted, when they made their debut, or whatever you want to pronounce it. I think it's like more UK people who say like debut. Fuck. Language hard, all the different accents. So we have a couple more Mortal Kombat characters because I couldn't fit them in with the rest of them down there. Yujiro Hanma, this figure is an absolute masterpiece, and then we have like A couple more SNK and Street Fighter 2 characters. Here we have a mishmash of different characters from like different series, from like World Heroes, Streets of Rage, Soul Calibur, Darkstalkers, and my Shiranui. Yep. Hot. And also Injustice, and Darkseid, and Darkseid, and Darkseid. Moving on to the next shelf. This is where I'm standing in the light. That's why I wanted to do it with natural lighting, because that makes it a whole lot easier. Well, we got some Dead or Alive girls. These are like in the back, like super duper old, just like porcelain. I don't know. I always wanted those back in the day. So when I did actually find them back on eBay, I was like, okay. They're kind of weird though, now looking back on it, because they're so old. And then there's the Kotobukiya hot Venus. Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball. I don't remember the name. He told me. This is from No More Heroes, and this was like an original design. This is like Sword Art Online, and Lupin the Third in the back, and Raven. The Pecora figure. I don't know why I always say D. The Pecora. No, it's Pecora from the crossover with Fate. Then we have some Nendos, some Hololive figures, pop-up parades, and this is all like. We're gonna get a lot of VTuber stuff. This is like more recent. A lot of these figures you probably have seen already in my reviews. If you watched them like a good boy or girl, thank you very much for your support at this point also. This is my Kazumi shrine, because Kazumi is best waifu. This is the original waifu, and I have a bunch of different figures from Kazumi. I think like the one in the back is one of my favorite ones. Then you have the Figma, and like a bunch of Sega figures, a little bit more low budget. And this one, I think it was like, I don't know which one this is, but this is a lot more realistic looking and peak performance. Like has all the detail, big boba, and then like a little bit more anime style. And then there's the other Figma figure, and then we have some more VTubers, the pop-up parades with the Nendoroids in front. I love VTubers. Can't name them all because there's too many. And moving down a little bit, we have some more VTuber Nendoroids, all Hololive on this side. And all non-Hololive on the other side, and also the Spooder from like the Spooder anime, whatever it was called. Oh my god, I'm a Spooder. There's also some Hololive characters hidden in the back. Love you, Mel. Shoutouts, and a couple of different like B Janet with like the again balloon titties. Boa Hancock here hiding, and also Nami hiding in the back. We got a couple of girls. Some of these figures are freaking ancient. You know, I've been collecting for a long time, so this is like a Kotobukiya Psylocke, Death by Degrees, Nina Williams, and yeah, I don't even remember, X23, Alice Madness Returns, and a couple of Kotobukiya Marvel girls, and another Nami, which I just love this outfit. I just love the sexy black dress. And we got some more Kotobukiya girls collection from Tekken, and the jewelry in the back, and Samus, and this Ivy. The body looks cool, but the face is freaking hideous. I don't know. I don't like it. Also, the hair is kind of weird. But yeah, also, she bears at everything. King of Fighters, Vanessa, or whatever. I think that was the name. And Sophicia from Soul Calibur. That was also like from the game. The figure from the game, also like all the way on the top, we have the Castle Crashers figures, and there's another. This was like a garage kit. A friend of mine just put this together, painted it, and then we have Batman, and then we have the Batmobile from the movie, and we have Sonic and Knuckles, and some vehicles from Halo, and there's also some old Transformers figures from way back in the day. Those were like the European exclusive versions. They're kind of beat up, but yeah, those are like things I had as a kid, so don't worry about that. Yeah, let me open this up. If I can, from which side do we open up the door? And let me zoom out a little bit so you actually get a look at what is going on in all these shelves. There's some Naruto and Ranma, Naruto and Ranma figures. Sailor Moon, this is all SH figure, so I don't need to explain a lot. Cardcap Sakura, some of these are SH figures, some of these are Figma. The Figma ones are the better ones. They look nicer. And this, the Queen from Queen's Blade. The Queen, I forgot. This is like a bunch of different SH figures and Figma figures, which is supposed to be some sort of a Smash Brothers display. So you got Mega Man X, the Kirby figures from Nendoroid, and then the Mario figures from SH Figuarts. And at this point we got all Figma, Pokemon, the different Links, and the Nendoroid. Sonic, gotta go fast! And we got the different Samus Arans, Girls und Panzer, jawohl! And, holy crap. Okay. Let's not start any allegations, okay? I can also speak German. I can speak a lot of languages, so be careful. Anyway, I don't know what that was supposed to be. We do have the Snail Shell Monster Girls and Snail Shell Girl with Gun and the Girl with Boobs. I love this one. And Kamina in the back. And let me actually, can I even access this side? I got my chair standing here. I got like too many chairs which are broken and uncomfortable because I'm old and my back is hurting. Have Mr. Stay Puft and some Ghostbusters figures. I was trying to think from what line that was and I don't remember. Here we have, let me get in front of it. Here we have the Figma Persona 5 characters. I think this is all Persona 5, is that? Oh, this is all Persona 5. We have some more VTubers from Hololive, also from Figma. And then also we have some more VTubers from Figma. Nina Williams hiding in the back again from Tekken 8. This SH Figuarts is like a really cool one. And Link and Ganon from the most recent Zelda game. So let's move on. I actually gotta move the light now. Oh wait, there's some more in the back over here. Yeah, the back corner has more figures. Here we have some more Kasumis in box. Monsieur Baume. Those are like really old, but I really love the packaging for these ones. So that's one of the other rare instances where I kept something in the box. And oh yeah, by the way, if you're a fan of wrestling, I forgot something. This is a Smoking Skull belt. Stone Cold Steve Austin, best wrestler of all time. If you're not into wrestling, you don't know what that means, but that's fine. Don't worry about it, guys. We have the Master Chief, and then we have some McFarlane, Superman, Batman Beyond, NECA Gargoyles, a really old Snake figure. We have some Capcom girls, except for this one. This is Iroha from Samurai Shodown. But Capcom girls, obviously, this freaking sexy Morrigan in the nurse outfit, Cammy in the back, and Chun-Li and whatnot. Tony's Herons, Four Leaves, I think was this line called. Butterfly, Underwear Girls, another classic. Figures that I picked up ages ago and have still been in my collection because it's so goddamn adorable. Also there's, damn it, blanking on the name, Kill la Kill main character, Ryuko? Oof, I'm terrible with names, guys, just saying. Artisan in the back, this is all like bastards. These kind of free characters, and actually this one as well. And who are you again? You're Yoko from Gurren Lagann. And then hidden in the lower half, also we have some Batman type characters. A little bit of a mishmash again. We have some cartoon characters. We have like the big one, which is based on like the cartoon, and then like the this was a Play Out Sky exclusive design, and this is more based on the video game, on the Arkham video games, and this one's like more comic, cartoony like looking. But the girls don't stop here. Yeah, here's the Uma Parade, which I'm probably gonna review those in just a bit, so they're just hanging around waiting to be reviewed. Panty and Stocking. Well, Stocking in the front, Panty in the back, and Big Boba and this figure. Like, this figure is already sexy, but look at what's in the back. Look at what's in the back. Look at that. You like that? I like that. It's good stuff. This is from... Damn, once again, the names are slipping me. We have Aqua from Konosuba, and this is also Delutaya Standy. If you don't know Delutaya, she's an indie VTuber, and if you dig, and you'll find she's not always been indie, but anyway, that's beside the point. I love her. That was like a birthday merch she did like this year, and very cool little standy. But yeah, we got Aqua, got Darkness in the back. Yeah, I remember that I have to roll around. Those are like the Maid Mint, Matarakan, Doki Bird and Kiara, which I got from Dokomi, from Mateman's original designer, like the original artist. I don't remember her name right now, but shoutouts to her. Very cool little standees. Were kind of expensive, but what do you expect from such a high-profile artist, who's also a VTuber herself. But this is Hiei, and this is Invader Loom. And then we have some more standees. These are like in the middle are like from B Squid. Very talented artist. Had like a lot of this at Dokomi, and I love those. So actually, let me just spin around real quick. Whatever, but yeah, let's have a look at it from this side as well. Have the cool... that was Samurai Brights, I think, like the main character from that. That figure is amazing. And there's also butts. Let me zoom in. How far can I zoom in? Boom. There you go. Demonetized. Then we got Panty, and from this side also we got Nero Claudius. We got the Dauntless Kaya figures. This is a fauna. I think this was from Shifty Nami. Shifty and Nami had like a booth, shared a booth at Dokomi, and they had this beautiful fauna standee, which I love to death. So yeah, shout out to them. Let's move outside. You know what I noticed? The more I start explaining stuff again, and the more I explain stuff again, the longer the video is gonna take. So I want to try to go through this a lot faster, especially since this is the TMNT all kind of starting off. Well, there's figures I don't even have unpacked yet. You want to have a look at that? I got this from the Fancy Box store, local store. Check them out, they're great. Got a bunch of different like TMNT pop-up rates. So that's coming soon, if I decide. I'm probably not going to review all of it, but I really should have moved this ladder away. But I have a ladder because you never know when there's a ladder match. When there's a title hanging on top over there, and I have to climb the ladder to retrieve the money in the bank. Anyway, that's more wrestling references. Again, for those of you who get it, thank you very much. For those of you who go like, what's he talking about? Man, I'm wondering that all the time. Turtle figures. Those are mostly playmates from different lines. So like the old school lines, a little bit more new school lines. Again, I'm just gonna gloss over it because if you know, you know. If you don't know, there's just way too much for me to explain. You have like different generations of slashes. I'm gonna highlight that one because I love slash. And shredders. Lots and lots of different freaking shredders. Oof. And the big one. This big statue. Based on the classic comic book shredder. Has like a different helmet also with a face, but I like the classic look. Have some Mausers, Token Razor. This is not a turtle figure, but he fits right in. Super Shredder and Mega Shredder. This thing is so perfect. Look at how good this looks. Like crap. When I took pictures of these figures, or like especially the big ones, and I took them in like a specific angle, people were asking me, is this cosplay or is this a figure or what are you even taking pictures of? And a big ooze canister. Bebo and Rocksteady shelf with different versions of Bebo and Rocksteady, as the shelf would mean the Super 7 type figures, but mostly the bad guys. And then upstairs we have, guess what? There's even more shredders. Holy shredder. Well, and a couple of foot soldiers, but different versions of different shredders, once again, all throughout the years, from the classics to like the newer stuff. And this is like an unlicensed one, Oroku Saki. Also, there's some turtles in the box. Those are like the 2012 re-releases. And here we have actually some vintage ones. April and Bride of Frankenstein. Yes. We got some more turtles. I don't know what's going on. I'm out of breath. I'm sweating. I'm just like, this is a workout because I'm old and I'm fat and I'm gonna fall over everything. We have some NECA turtles. Don't mind me just being like, I'm not being down myself. I'm just like, I have accepted my fate. Those are all NECA turtles, by the way. For my existential crisis. I'm okay, guys. I'm okay. Don't worry. I'm just joking. Turtles from like NECA, and also the ones in the back from SH Figuarts. You know, a bunch of different ones from like the games and the cartoon show. And why the hell are the doors opening this way? That was like such a dumb idea. That's all my fault. Those are the classic vintage ones from the 80s and the 2003, and I like the more, well, these aren't even from like 2012. These are like different versions of it. The Toon Turtles, as they were called. And this is something a long time ago. I don't think I ever reviewed those. Those are like Kyoto Revoltech TMNT figures from 2012. And my camera's kind of like wiggling around. I hope that doesn't look too weird when I upload it later. Probably an issue with the lighting, and why the hell does this open that way? Stupid. Payne, you stupid. I have like, again, it's like, running out of breath and I'm kind of tired of explaining. Like, oh, well guys, these are all different versions of the turtles that you can tell, that you can see, and it's like, you know what it is? It's different versions. Most of it is Playmates or NECA. It's either vintage or new, and that's just really it. And also Mondo, the Mondo figures on top. I'm a big fan of those. Lots of people didn't like those, but I think they look really cool. Vintage figures. I love how nice and colorful these are. Especially the dinosaur ones. Come with everybody comes with like a dinosaur buddy to ride. Man, we don't get cool stuff like that anymore. Then there's the NECA ones, and here's some more unlicensed ones, which I had Leonardo, but he got lost. What that means, I don't know. No, I was sending him to somebody, a friend of mine's friend, and because the shipper didn't deliver to my address, and it was outside the country, and apparently the package got lost somewhere, I don't know. Unfortunate circumstances. So, those are also custom. I bought those on eBay. Somebody just painted the turtles as lantern color. Look cool. The color just like completely prohibits the swivels though, because it's all kind of glued together. Also the Super Samurais in the back. I love these guys. Those big bulky machines. And the Japanese ones, the Japanese style Super Turtles and the Armored Turtles and the comic book Turtles, based on the original designs by Jim Lee. Turtles that turn into cars, just like Transformers. Some minifigures. Turtles that mutate. Turtles that do rock music. Turtles that stick out their tongue. And these are from the IDW comic. I don't remember who brought those out, but anyway. Those are Turtles with action features. All kinds of action features and Turtle in space. And I hate those. Those are so ugly. That's why they're all the way down here. But yeah, the movie Turtles from the Michael Bay movie, terrible. The Turtles from the Rise of the TMNT, which was terrible. Yeah, some people liked that show. I didn't like it, so suck it up. Well, it's for kids. Yeah, that's fine, but it's still stupid. More Turtle in space and more like, I don't even know what's wrong with him. Look at him. Having a little bit too much fun. Or he hit himself in the head with his nunchucks. Anyway. Up. So, do you know, did you realize that I like turtles, guys? I'm like that little kid in the that one clip. I like turtles. That's me. I'm actually fully grown up. You're welcome. We got Funko Pops, and this is the only time you're gonna see me talk about Funko Pops. I actually hate them, but why do you own them? Because it's turtles. I'm that much of a sucker for turtles that I actually got some Funko Pops. But yeah, I don't like that line. You have some splinters. This one has fallen over, and he can't get up. And then we have some April O'Neils and some Casey Joneses. Get some more sports turtles. Got these Mystic Turtles with some tattoos, and some more sports turtles in the back. Let me angle this right so you can actually also see what's going on in the back. There's the Star Trek ones, and there's some hero ones. Oof. There's the wrestling ones all the way in the back, the big ones. Horror, Frankenstein, Universal Monsters back in the day. Power Rangers. Also there's like the Fast Forward. Those are kind of hard to get. But Universal Monsters from the vintage ones and the 2012 ones, and also more Power Rangers. And Roddy Piper. And Finn Balor. And The Rock. And I want to take this in real quick. Yeah, no. Sorry for the noises, but this, my friends, is something I could stand here and stare at forever. This is peak. This is literally peak. This is probably favorite part of my collection. You have the movie Turtles by NECA, the big ones, and then you also have the Mirage, the original Mirage Turtles, and also the baby Turtles in there. And these are, if you know about TMNT, the original Mirage Turtles are pretty hard to get, and I was so lucky that I actually picked them up when they came out. So this is part of it. This is kind of like the Holy Grail. Part of it is, well, I have a couple of Holy Grails, especially in the TMNT collection. But yeah, these guys are really good. That's all you gotta know. Movie Turtles, Masters of the Universe Turtles, and the Next Mutation Turtles. Turtles. More movie Turtles. The big ones in the back are actually from the TMNT movie, like the movie that was just called TMNT, the computer animated one. That's what these guys are. And then we have the releases of the Playmates figures when the original movie came out in 1990. And these guys are also pretty rare. Those were like Playmates released some old school comic book style Turtles, but that was during a time when nobody cared, so they didn't sell well in there. You're wondering why there's only 3 of them, because Donatello is rare, costs like a couple $1,000, and I'll probably never find or be able to pay for. That's why there's just 3 of them. And then we have these dark guys. Those are really cool. Also reviewed those like ages ago. Those are so freaking old. Can I light this up a little bit? Yeah, there we go. Get a better look at it. And this is like a very old toy, which it's so old, you can't see the marks on his nunchucks where it chewed on. Because I was a kid. There you go. Memories. Memories. We're almost done here. Almost. Or am I? Ah, there's a couple of... Ow. There's a couple of guys that fell over. Up there, we have the Shredder, who got drunk and fell over. Whee! So this is all NECA villains type of. Then we have the Universal Monsters from NECA. And also Last Ronin over there. But mostly Universal Monsters. And this is all based on the video game lineup. There we had a couple from the villains and whatnot. Except for this guy, this was like a loot crate. And then there's Raph Size. Why do I have Raph Size? This was on sale. And I was just like, this is a cool piece of memorabilia. And it's like 50% off, so I'm gonna buy it. So you know what? Do I even need to open the windows for these ones? No. Got a couple of different cranks. Then there's the... can't really see that well, there's a light reflecting. Then there's the Triceratons and the Rock Soldiers from Dimension X. Some more villains. Yeah, Anthrax on top, he looks pissed. And some more villains. There's still some room in here. And the demon area. You got Angelomon. Angel. How do you even say that in English? I have no idea how to pronounce that. But there's different ones. These are all like D-Arts, SH Figure Arts. And this is another unlicensed Gallantmon, I think was his name. In the X-Body metallic version. You know, I don't really know that much about Digimon, so I'm not gonna pretend like I know all these different versions, X, Antibody, Virus, whatever. There's the original 2012 TMNT, I also kept those in box, I bought those twice, because, I don't know, I felt like it. Damn. I sound like such a dick, I'm sorry. But yeah, seriously, I mean, when these came out, this was like Christmas all over. This was like TMNT is freaking back. So I'm gonna buy them once to display and once to keep in the box. They got some Western typed characters. The small in the front of SH Figuarts and the big ones are from Mattel. And I think these are from Jazzwares. These are from AEW. AEW. There's some more turtles. Oh my god, more turtle characters. I must have an obsession with that stuff. Once again, this is all NECA. So this corner is like more comic book, then there's like the Adventures comic books, and then there's like a couple more shredders, which are also like comic book based. Back to SH Figuarts, here's like the Street Fighter line of SH Figuarts. I think I'm only missing Guile, but I kind of gave up on this line because how many Street Fighter lines can you have? Yeah, I got like the Storm Collectibles and I'm fine with those. That's why I never picked up the Jazzware stuff, which looks phenomenal, but yeah, I don't need it. This is just, this is everything. This is everything. Got Thomas the Tank Engine. We got the Perverted Woody, we got Conan, we got Freddie Mercury, we got Tono, wrestler, I forgot the name of it. We got Bruce Lee, Skeletor from the movie, from the Dolph Lundgren Master of the Universe movie. And the worst 2B figure I own. And Spike and Yoko, what is Yoko? Frick. And Lupin the Third. There you go. That's the shelf. Boom. And we got a couple of olds. For a long time, I had an obsession with Kamen Rider figures. So I picked up quite a few. And this was all like pre-owned. This was like me literally going to Ami every day and going through the list of pre-owned figures and trying to find like bargain stuff. And this is what I did. Like some of these figures were like 10, 20 bucks. Swear to God. So that's why I picked up so many. I love some of these designs. They're bright and colorful, but also cool and mystic. And then we have some minifigures from like DC. That was like also this is like an ancient thing. You could collect those with like a comic book about the character. And I love that of different characters, and that's what really got my attention. So let's move on. We're not actually completely done yet, because I have one more thing to show you. Well, actually two more rooms to show you. There's the bathroom on this side. We don't have to go in there. I don't have to go to the bathroom. So, let me get to the next two rooms. So, we have the bedroom. This is where the magic happens. No, this is where I sleep. And I keep some of my plushies. Also, hello Kasumi. I have a little bit of a wall scroll going on. Nothing too lewd. The Hololive plushies, well, except for this one. This is not beep 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 beep. So this is all Hololive plushies for the rest, other than Pippa. Also, I have the World Heavyweight Championship, one that's totally legit. And hello, this is me. And we're gonna move over to. I do have a little bit of a window cabinet over here. Glass cabinet, whatever you call it. We have some of the McFarlane figures and the Loot figures. I'm not going to go too much into detail, because I don't even know if I'm allowed to show that. We have also the AEW Championship. That's a beautiful freaking title. Bought that when I was at Wembley Stadium. I got some more plushies. This guy, I had this guy since I was like freaking 4, 5, I don't know. This plushie, just like this, like I don't think it's based on anything, but like yeah, he's been with me for a long time, so I kept him for all this time. That's a Kuribo and a turtle and a Napling from Nimi Nightmare. This was also from Biscuit at Dokomi. If you watched that video. Then we got the Hololive figures. Galgura, now unfortunately retired. The Froggy Wawa. And Ame. I love Ame. I will love Ame forever. A bunch of more retired characters, and she's having fun. Taranchama. And some of the newer ones. Fiorin. And there's a Ravenclaw. And there's also some more figures that still are waiting to be reviewed. And also got the Hachima wall scroll on the other side, and with some Ame merch. This is just like hand cream, guys. Don't get any wrong ideas, okay? I have dry hands, guys, okay? And here we have my storage room, as I like to call it. There's a lot of old boxes and a vacuum cleaner and games. There's also games in there. Going back to the games, I said I wasn't going to cover it, but this is like all Super Nintendo. There's like games still in the box. Well, of course, I opened them to play video games. N64, GameCube, and like Sega Mega Drive, Sega Saturn. If you care, just saying. This was shut up washing machine. This is, by the way, games were like my big passion before I got into figures. Here's my Yu-Gi-Oh card collection. There's some binders, there's some starter decks, and a copious amount of cardboard with some more boxes. Old stuff, new stuff, a little bit of everything. Here's another Halo shelf. This is old stuff, so I kind of moved this to this area. Because sometimes there are figures where I'm just kind of like, these are still cool, I love them, but I looked at them for like 10 years already, 20 years old, I don't know. Probably not that long. But anyway, so you know, at some point it's time to move on. And then there's also the Killer Instinct ones, which are okay. And then there's also some mangers, some different mangers of like different stuff for. You can pick whichever you want. I'm not gonna go too much into detail. And here we have the Playarts Kai figures. This is also something, a relic from the past. I used to be a big fan of Playarts Kai when they were still good. Then they got bigger and more expensive, and I just kind of jumped off. And here we have random mishmash of some turtle figures and like some more Kombat figures. And yes, I tried to paint this area white because you don't really see the characters that well in the red one, but that was a mistake. It doesn't really look good, but you know, sometimes we have some dumb ideas. And here's the Soda Toys figures from Street Fighter and a couple of other like Transformers and whatnot, random stuff. Got some mangers, Yu-Gi-Oh, Naruto, and some more boxes. And some more boxes. Oh, and the review I'm gonna do in today, maybe. I don't know yet. That's really it. Now you've seen everything. Now you've seen the entire shut up washing machine. Beep. I don't know if you can even hear that. But that was the entire tour of everything. Thank you very much for watching. That was the room tour 2025, 26th edition, whichever one. There's gonna be a new one eventually, but for now, once again, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and of course, if you have any further questions of what figure what is, I will try to do my best to answer it in the comments down below. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, VTuber stuff, and whatever I want.